everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today, it's the end of June and I can't believe it. June has flown by so quickly. I'm not even kidding. I'm like, bam, it's over. It's crazy. Anyway, I came to do a video about what I've colored for this month, which honestly isn't as much as I usually do because I did take that 2 weeks off to do diamond painting and just fun activities with my daughter. She's home from school, so it is hard to fit in the time to do videos and then edit them and everything. Just with her home, she wants to be doing stuff, which is great. Yeah, we've been hiking and having lunch out at restaurants, which we don't normally do. I mean, I'm usually don't go out to eat a whole lot, but it's been fun trying some different restaurants around here. And yeah, we've been kind of busy. Now, I know on the cover for this video, I mentioned that there would be like some channel news, and basically it's just that in July I will be taking another 2 weeks off, but this time it's because I will be going out of town to see my family back home to the Pacific Northwest. Idaho and Washington is where I'm from. And so I will be seeing family and friends there for 2 weeks. So the last half of July, there will not be any videos put out from my channel. So, but I will try to get as much done as I can these first couple weeks of July. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get to the video here. And we're going to start with what I've colored out of Jewelry Box. I'll just set these aside. So Jewelry Box, I did 2 pages. I did this lilac and ant page and used Prismacolors. And I believe I did the base, a base layer on the flowers with my Arteza water, let's see, they're a water-based marker. And Prismacolors for the rest. There's a little bit of green stickles and some kind of coppery colored stickles in there. Don't know if you can see that, if it's picking it up or not. But yeah, this one turned out pretty good. And I believe I just did pencil on the background for this one. Didn't I? Or did I use Neo colors and then pencil over the top? I might have done that. Yeah. Yeah, I think maybe I did because it wasn't bright enough. I'll have to go back and look at that video. I'll put a card up there so you can reference that video if you like. And so the next page, I did 2 out of this book, Jewelry Box. And then the second page I did was this one right here. And this is the one where I went ahead and drew in the rest of her body and her dress right here, just because it was kind of just a floating head. And I love Hannah Carlson's pictures, but sometimes I just feel like they just need to be finished off a little bit. So, and it was pretty simple drawing, really. Wasn't much to it. I did have to erase a few times to get it to look the way I wanted it to, but yeah. So this was Neocolor backgrounds, Prismacolored for everything else. I used a beige Posca instead of white Posca for these butterfly wings, and I like it. It kind of is a little bit softer look than the white Posca. I've been using a lot of that beige Posca lately. And a little bit of stickles here in her headband, I guess is what you would call it. Oh, I did use Tule Art pen to outline her lips here. I remember, that's right. I used a light, like skin color Tule Art pen at first, and it just kind of washed out her lips, or made them look smaller or something. I was like, yeah, no, that doesn't look right to me. So then I went back over with the dark red Tule Art pen, and it looks really nice. Really outlined her lips there a little bit. So yeah, this one is really nice. I love how this one turned out. I did these little bubble thing. It's kind of like I guess a bokeh slash bubble background. I don't know what you'd call it. But I used my circle stencil and just white Prismacolor pencil with that. Very simple, very easy to do, and it has a nice effect to it. All right, so that's it for Jewelry Box. The next book is Seasons, also by Hannah Carlson. So the first page I did out of this one was this Gothic Rose page. And I did this one, I used watercolors for the background, Prismacolors for the roses, and the vine or stem, whatever you want to call it. And oh yes, this one had, it was watercolors, and then, or black watercolor with white, and then it just kind of made some like grayish mottled effect. I'll put the link to that video there at the top too for you if you want to see how I did the background on this. But yeah, and then I used my Coliro Pearl watercolors for kind of these like metallic spots in there. I don't know if you can see that. Also, I used a little bit of silver gel pen in these where the little dots were that Hannah had drawn in, scattered around the page. And then I went over with black acrylic paint and did black acrylic paint splatters. Also, I used my glossy accents and put some little spots on the rose there. I don't know if it's picking it up, just to make it look kind of like water drops on the rose. I don't know how well I achieved that look, and you probably can't even tell on the camera there, but you can see it pretty well in person. So yeah, that one was something different, you know, different than my norm. And so the next page that I did was this monochromatic mushroom page where I used all blues, and I used my Pablo pencils for this one. And you know, I really like those Pablo pencils. They lay down really nice, and I think I like them just about as much as the Prismas. Yeah, I thought they were very comparable to the Prismacolors. So yeah, the background with this one is Neo colors again. I love my Neo color backgrounds. It's just so easy. It's so easy. But yeah, Pablo pencils. I used a gel, let's see, what was it? It was a silver glitter gel pen that I outlined all of the scroll work here. And I don't know if it's picking it up. I used a little bit of stickles in the tops of these little doodad things here, and over the tops of the white dots floating around. And then I used white acrylic paint on the spots or dots, whatever you want to call them, on the mushrooms themselves. And it does kind of give a tiny bit of a raised look. I used my dot tool I believe I did use the dot tool with the white acrylic paint for the dots too. And then I allowed them to dry, and then I went over them with my stickles. So, oh, and that's right, I just remembered this blue sparkle bits here and in the scroll work here. That is with my Spectrum Noir glitter brush pen. I can't remember the color off the top of my head. Night Sky or something like that, maybe? Yeah. So that one turned out really pretty. Again, something a little bit different than what I normally do. I do like the monochromatic look. And so I would like to do another monochromatic page in the future. Yeah. Okay. So the next page is a video that I just put out. And it is the Sphinx here in Mythic World. Sorry, Kirby Roseanne's Mythic World, his latest book. And so I did the Sphinx, and it was done mostly with Derwent Inktense pencils. I used Neocolor 2s for the sky. I used a lot of white Posca for the clouds, outlining all of the clouds and the highlights in her wings and this little star thing here. I was trying to make it look like this top was gold and that her wings were gold. So yeah, I used a white Posca for the highlights there, and one Tule Art pen in her hair and this mane right here for the highlights in that. But yeah, I first laid down Derwent Inktense pencils, then went over them with the water brush to activate, and then once all of that was dry, went in with my Prismacolor pencils and just deepened up all of the shadows pretty much everywhere. And yeah, I mean, I know this probably isn't, you know, it might be kind of a boring page because it is a lot of the same colors, but you know, I was trying to make it look realistic, and that's pretty much how it looks there. So I can speak from personal experience. Like, I had the wonderful opportunity to go to Egypt about 15 years ago. So, but yeah, it's all pretty much the same colors. But anyway, so that's it for Mythic World. Okay, and then these latest two I did off camera. I was kind of turned on to this Mandala mystery book. It's a color by number book from Color Ya. I was turned on to this book from Lavella's coloring channel, and she had done, I can't remember if it was in a haul video or what exactly, but she had showed this book, and I thought that would be a fun book to do, just, you know, kind of just mindless coloring. You don't have to think about the colors. And yeah, so I've been sharing it with my daughter. She's done a couple pages out of here, and I've done a couple pages out of here. And one thing that I really liked about it is that it has a little guide down here. So it tells you what colors, you know, or suggests what colors you could use for each of the numbers, and that the numbers are pretty, you know, they're not, what's the word? They're not super dark. So, you know, you can pretty much cover up most of the number there. So I did a couple of these just for some fun, and used my metallic gel pen for little accents in there. So yeah, it's a fun book. I liked it. We've been having a good time with it. And so I did a couple of pages out of Mysteria off camera, just kind of experimenting around. And let's see. Okay, so this is the first page. This is the first page that I did. I love her hair. It turned out so good. Now, I used Pablo's again for this page. And I also used, so Karen over at Art by Karen Valentine, she's been using oil pastels. Oh, sorry about that. Getting a text. She's been using oil pastels and using Gamsol and oil pastels for her backgrounds. And I really wanted to try it in this book. And so that's what I did for this blue portion of the background. And then I used black matte acrylic paint for around this area. And yeah, so all of this is done with Pablo's. And I really like this page. I'm really, really happy with this page. Her hair was just, it came out great. The reason why I did orange hair, or, you know, this red, bright reddish orange hair, was for a tag over on Instagram that somebody was doing. Let me see if I can find it here. Oh, yes, Orange Hair Girl 2022 at Nirma Coloring. And that is what prompted me to do this page. And so that was pretty fun. So yeah, and let's see, I know I did one other page, the girl with the hummingbirds. Sorry, I should have put a little tag on them. Oh, there it is. So, and then I did this page. I also used, let's see, I used Pablo's for the flowers and the hummingbird. And for her skin and hair, I used my Spear Farbens. I kind of wanted to experiment around with those too, because I really do like those Spear Farbens. I just have the 72 set of those. I might end up getting more because they're really nice pencils too, and they're really good for coloring hair, I think. So yeah. Now, I mean, I think I still like my Prismacolors best for skin, but you know, I just kind of wanted to branch out a little bit and try something new. So yeah. So that, gosh, that is it. That is what I've colored for June. And yeah, like I said, now in July, I will be taking the last 2 weeks of July off to go see family and friends. And so I won't have any videos out during that time. But August should be back to normal, back to lots of coloring. I'll probably still do a little bit of diamond painting on the side, just because it's so much fun. It's so much fun. If you guys have never tried diamond painting, I suggest you do give it a try, because it's really fun. So anyway, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and take care, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye.